Hello, everyone. Another podcast is now underway. We before we begin, I'd like to give an update with the Atlanta Hawks versus the Cleveland Cavaliers game. I was gonna say the Atlanta Hawks. An update for the Atlanta Hawks versus Cleveland Cavaliers. The Hawks are currently leading 52-50 at halftime, and they're playing all their backups, and Dennis Schroeder without the foot injury, Millsap just out resting, and so is Dwight Howard. What are your thoughts? I I agree completely with what you said. The Hawks are trying to get their way into the playoffs, and I believe that what they're doing tonight so far, if they can hold on to this lead, I think that they will be in position to maybe jump into the fourth seed. Oh yeah, that's true. It'll give it'll give us home court advantage for the first round if we get to the fourth seed. hmm Yeah. Well, that's only if Toronto and beats Boston and somehow we can move up to the fourth seed. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So first and foremost, they have a game tomorrow at Toronto FC, and the game starts. Hold on, let me pull up the app. The game tomorrow is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, and it's at BMO Field in Toronto, Canada. And the match it starts at about 22 hours and 46 minutes exactly, according to the Atlanta United app. What are your thoughts on that, Blake?
Yeah, I think so too because um the way they played Seattle and the MLS Cup Finals last year, it was the Sounders and Toronto FC for the Eastern, Toronto FC for the Western Seattle. But I think the way they'll play tomorrow would be similar, and the way that Toronto FC will react because of course there's a 0-0 draw in full time up in Seattle at Century Field, but tomorrow I think at BMO Field, I think it'll be I think there'll be a little bit of scoring because like I think it'll be similar, but I think it'll be an easier test for Atlanta United. What do you think? Yeah. Um, how do you think? Uh, I don't know how to put this. How do you think? How do you think they'll what do you think the record will be like in late July when they move into the new stadium at Mercedes-Benz Stadium? hmm I think so too. By then, it'll probably be more challenging at that point but except later on the season, they'll probably get Joseph Martinez back, and he should be back and healthy and be ready to play because he was injured with his home country, Venezuela, trying to qualify for the 2018 World Cup, which will be played in Russia. And I think that he is recovering quickly. I heard from many sources that he should be back in the next 3 to 4 weeks. What are your thoughts on what he'll, how do you think he'll play when he returns from his injury? Yep, I agree. So I agree with you. Like, I hope that he definitely gets back to the way he played before he got injured. I hope this injury does not affect him in any way, shape, or form. I hope that he gets back to the way he just did before and can execute even better. I think the star player to watch out for Atlanta, besides Jose Martinez, will either be Greg Garza or Miguel Almiron, or maybe possibly in Hector Villabella. I think that's how you pronounce it, and also Michael Parker's. Those players are like really good, and I think if it's not Jose Martinez at the end of the year, it'll be one of those. I think it's about the same because it kind of depends how your lineup is on the field because you can have make different plays for each game. I have like a different game plan, so there could be defenders who come up and play on offense on the offensive side of the ball and try to get the ball in the back of the net. Well, I think he can play some defense, but I think his main goal is an offensive player, but he can play defense too. Yeah, Yamal Assad, yeah. Yeah, Assad's another player who you can see who might grow up to be a star on the team. Well, I think the most uh, reasonable thing that why they should tune in tomorrow is not only to see Atlanta United, is also to see the attacker for Toronto named Josie out the door and see what he does and how he responds to Atlanta's defense. Because, um, like we said in past uh, podcast about Atlanta United, um, Arthur Blank was mainly focused on offense and getting strikers so they can score more goals. And I think that if I think Josie Altidore is going to match up to that, and maybe he can get around the way of the defense, or maybe the defense will rise up to the challenge and guard him well. I don't really have anything else, but is there anything you'd like to add? I, Well, I think the biggest challenge right now is the Portland Timbers. They won the MLS Cup 2 years ago in 2015, and of course last year the Sounders won it. But the Timbers always have that maximum effort to play their hearts out and make sure that they that they know what they're doing coming into each game and make sure that they're a successful team. And I go ahead. Eastern Conference, I believe either Orlando City, the Columbus Crew, or the New York Red Bulls. Of course, we've already played the Red Bulls, but I think either I think the Orlando City or Columbus, they're pretty good. But I think either the New York Red Bulls or Orlando City would be the biggest test. Because, and here's why, because Kaka, like I know he's been out with a hamstring injury, but he should be back when we have a doubleheader on the road and at home, which will be the first game in which he's been saying. But I think when he's back and ready to play us, I think he's not gonna back down in any way. I think he's gonna put all his effort that he has. In the Eastern Conference, I think either Orlando City or New York Red Bulls because we've already faced them and we know that they never give up. They have Bradley Wright Phillips, who's a monster goal scorer. Mm, yeah, yeah, that's a team right there, and you saw it too, Blake. That they never go down in that fight, and they always fight to the end. And Bradley Wright Phillips make sure that doesn't happen. And their manager Jesse Marsh make sure that those guys are ready and prepared to play some tough teams. Yes. Mm, mm, yeah. Yeah, thank you guys for listening in. And I think it's almost time for the second half in the Hawks Cavaliers game, so make sure you guys watch that. And we thank you for watching this podcast. This is you're listening to the Atlanta Sports, All Around Atlanta Sports Team podcast. I'm Clark. Yeah, yes, I'm host Clark alongside Blake Newsom. Thank you guys for listening, and have a good night.